everyone. It is Saturday night. It's about 20 after 7. The sun is about to set and we're in Niagara Falls. And I wanted to take you here today to show you something that's been quite the talk on the news this past week. And it's this right here out in the river. It's the old Iron Scow. You can see it there. It's stuck on the rocks. It's been stuck on those rocks in the river since 1918. And I'll tell you a little bit of the story, how it got there. So further up the river, this scow was being used to do dredging, and there was 2 men working on it at the time, and they were being towed by a tugboat, and the line that was being used to tow it broke, and it sent the 2 men on this boat, on the scow, down the river very quickly. And you can see how there's a lot of rapids and how powerful the river is here. So it sent it down the river only a few hundred feet away from the brink of the falls right there. And the 2 men that were aboard were smart enough to think to open the doors at the bottom of the boat. And when they did that, it slowed it down, and then it bottomed out at the rocks here, and it's been stuck there ever since. So the 2 men were unfortunately stuck there overnight for like 17 hours until the following morning, when the U.S. Coast Guard and fire departments and police all came here to attempt to rescue these 2 poor men. So we're going to take you on the other side because there's a better view there. I can show you of where the rescue took place. So let's go there. But before we go there, I just noticed somebody had placed some flowers here. It looks like they're freshly placed here. They're in memorial for somebody. So I just noticed that while I was here. So let's go the other side. And as you can see, there's the old Toronto Electric Company building here. It's a beautiful building. And it started in 1906 when they started using this company for power. And this part right here, you used to be able to come right here and park here, but they closed it all off for obvious reasons, because it's a little close to the edge of the river right there. So let's just make our way to the other side of the building. And as we walk by, we'll just have a nice view of it, because it is such a nice building. Beautiful architecture. I have to apologize for my voice. It's not like it usually is. I've just gotten over a virus. And oh wow, it's just flying by. So yeah, I had completely lost my voice, but now it is almost back to normal, but not quite. So look at the beautiful pillars on this building too. It's really quite lovely. And there, of course, is a view of the skyline of the hotels. would be the front entrance of this building. You can see up there. See if I can focus in on it. Can you read that? Electrical Development Company. And I think it was in the early 70s when this stopped running. But back in the day, this had the biggest tunnel underneath the falls, producing electricity, as far as I know. But I heard that they are trying to get some company to redevelop it into something, and they want to restore it. Like, they're not going to demolish it, they're going to restore it. But I can imagine that would be pretty costly. But it's just beautiful. It looks like there's even a balcony up there at the top. Really nice detail though on the carving and all around the windows. Okay, so we're just coming up to the other side of the building here, so you can get another view of the scow. So this building right here is where the rescue took place, and they had taken a line from the building and they shot a cannon from a cannon. They shot the line out to the scow, and the two men that were stranded on it were able to secure it, and then one by one they would be rescued. But it ended up getting tangled, and then the next morning a man was able to untangle the breaching buoy, and one by one each man was rescued. So that's what happened with that. Story behind why that's there. But it's been here for a little over 100 years, but it has not moved until 2019, I believe, was the first time it had moved for the first time, because of high winds from a storm had shifted it. And now last weekend it has moved again another time, but it is also broken up into pieces. And people were saying that the opposite side, from the US side of the boat, it's quite deteriorated. And you can imagine all the rapids smashing into it, and ice flowing down from Lake Erie every year and smashing into the boat. It's going to take its toll on it. So they're saying eventually it could break apart and float and end up going over the falls. So that'll be quite something to see if that ever happens one day. I don't know. So anyways, I just shared that little story with you. It's been quite the talk lately, so I thought I'd come down here and we could see it while it's here, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little story about this Iron Scow. But yeah, that's where it sits. And you can see how rough the water is there, and how scary that must have been for those two poor men that were on it. I can't even imagine. You're only so many hundreds of feet away from the edge of the falls right here. Here's a photo I found of the rescue taking place. Okay, so we're gonna take a little walk now. We'll go down there just a little ways, and then that'll be it. for our walk today. There's a beautiful view of the falls, the mist from the falls, and the sun is setting. Beautiful night. You can see this side of the building has eroded quite a bit. You can see on there it's quite a bit of damage, but it is pretty old considering, and you know, it's overall it's not too bad. There's a few more people coming to take a look. Well, there's some geese trying to cross right here. Hi! You need to get off the road or you're gonna get hit by a car. So if you decide you want to come and see the Iron Scow, if you don't live too far away, you would just drive past the falls, and then it's just right next to the old electrical building that you see right here that I showed you. And it's right across the street from the Niagara Show House, if that helps you find your way here. There's those flowers again that I showed you before. It's quite the sunset shining on the American side there. It looks really nice. But as you can see, when you're walking down here along the path, there is no fence to prevent somebody from, you know, falling in there. There's no safety barrier or anything, so you really have to make sure you stay on the path. It's a really nice view right here. Isn't that beautiful? Says danger. Access beyond this point may result in drowning. Notice there's a nice little bridge walkway over here, so we're going to go and walk across that and see a little view. Oh, there goes a limo. A nice view of another part of the river over here. see here how close we are to the edge of the river too. Wood washed up along the shoreline here. As you can see, there's the Niagara Parks power station. That's one of the newest attractions here. See, that's sort of like what I was talking about, what they want to do with that other electrical building is what they did with this one, is they restored it and now made it into an attraction. See the water here. That's where I was, way down there, where you can see that little waterfall. That was the other side of that building. And there's the scow right here. This is quite a nice path though, with a beautiful view. It's a really nice color on the clouds as the sun sets. Well, I'm going to tell you another interesting thing I learned about recently as we get up here a little bit more. You're going to see another nice little waterfall right here in a minute. Isn't it? Somebody's getting a workout down here. There's something there I see in the water. I don't know what that is. It looks like a log or something. I think that's what that is. Do you see that? It's like a big piece of wood. So, not a bad place to work out, is it? Right along the falls. So you see this little island here, right there. So I think it was last year or the year before, people that were sightseeing here noticed that there was a deer on that little island, and they were all wondering how could it have gotten there. So from what I heard, further up the river there's another big island called Navy Island, and a lot of the times the deer swim from this side of the river to the other side of the river, and there was this island in between, and a lot of deer live on that island. So they think that possibly it got swept down the river as it was trying to swim, and it ended up making it to safety on that little island. So I don't know what happened to that deer. I know that they said a lot of people called in and they were, hoping they would rescue that poor deer, and I don't know what happened to it. I heard that they couldn't rescue it, as far as I know, because of obvious safety reasons. It's so close to the brink of the falls. So yeah, just share that little story with you. Maybe the deer is still there. Maybe somehow it's lived on that little island. I don't know. See little birds there. Okay, well, we're just going to go take a walk around the other side of Table Rock, because I noticed on my way here there was a big, there goes the Falls Incline. I noticed that there was a big crane there, and I'm wondering what is going on over there. So we're just going to go and have a look at that, and then that'll be the end of our walk. Over here. Sorry if it's a little bit windy. Yeah, there's a big massive crane, and then on the other side of this there's big piles of rocks. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if there's anything down here we could see. No, we can't really see anything. Zoom in if there's anything to see either. anybody knows what they're doing here construction-wise right by the falls with this big massive crane, let me know in the comments. You see a lot of the ice still built up there along the river, side of the river. Still big chunks of ice on the American Falls, but not as much as before. It's gone down quite a bit, and there's no ice on top of the river down there either, which is a good sign, I think, because soon that would mean that the Maid of the Mist boats will be starting up. One little thing I just noticed before we go is this camera right on top of Table Rock Center. That must be a falls camera, I would think. So I think you could watch the falls live on that camera all the time, 24 hours a day, I think. So that's pretty neat. I never noticed that before. There's one other thing I just noticed here is part of the lights that shines on the falls, that gives it the illumination, is on top of the Table Rock Center too. How cool is that? Things I didn't notice before. Alright, that's gonna do it for today's walk. I hope you enjoyed the story of the Scow and enjoyed the little tour along the falls. And thank you so much for watching. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye for now.